I was talking to you, Alyssa.
Oh, well,
Loud as your mic was.
no, I'm not sure what that means. Are you live?
I am now. Yeah.
Oh,
Good
okay.
morning, everybody. I was saying good morning to our listeners. She ain't told what she was over there doing. B. Spencer, good morning. Lady T, good morning. Our listener, good morning. Nori Standard, good morning. Let's jump into the market while we can. Dow futures down 0.03%. S&P futures up 0.24%. NAS futures is up 0.55. And here we go with Asia. Pretty much all green. Last reported, except Shanghai was down 0.27%. Europe was all green. Over there making that money. Over there in Europe. Okay, I ain't mad at you. What I want to see, most important for us, is the VIX is up slightly. But it's up 1.63%. But the rest of the Dow Jones, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Russell are all up to get the month started off. Well, I guess you could say right. Good morning, Deborah and Sizzling. We have on today the Forex Factory. We got 2 red folders and 1 orange folder to start off this morning. The red folder 945 is the final manufacturing PMI. That the 10 o'clock is the ISM manufacturing PMI. And then the that's the other red folder. Then the orange folder is the ISM manufacturing prices. Then we also have the construction spending month over month, which is the yellow folder at 10 o'clock. And then all day, we got the Ward's total vehicle sales. And that's according to the Forex Factory. For investing.com, same thing. But at 9:45, we had the 3-star event for the global U.S. manufacturing PMI for May. At 10 o'clock, the 2-star construction spending month over month for April. Dallas Fed PCE for April is 1 star. 2-star is for the ISM manufacturing employment for May. That's 2 stars. 10 o'clock. 1 star is the ISM manufacturing new orders index for May. Then we got 3 stars. This is all still happening at 10 o'clock, still part of the ISM manufacturing PMI prices and or PMI. So we got the that's for ISM manufacturing PMI in May. ISM manufacturing prices for May, 3 stars. Total vehicle sales, 1 star. 3-month bill auction is happening again, as well as the 6-month bill auction. Both of those are 1-star events. It's not to say that they're important. It is to say that there are 1-star events. All right. Earnings. Ding, 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 ding. We got some things going on for earnings, okay? So the good news, put the word good in quotations, is that we don't have a bunch of heavy hitters stepping up to the plate. So there may or may not be as much volatility as we've seen over the past couple weeks for earnings. I will not go through and read all of these, but today SAIC this morning before open, and after close we got the GitLab, Health Equity, Bark, and Lavaro. That's after close today. Bath and Body Works tomorrow is reporting earnings, as well as Ferguson, Donaldson, Core & Main, and Designer Brands. That's before open tomorrow after close tomorrow, I would be interested in seeing what is going on with CrowdStrike after close tomorrow. Hewlett Packard is also reporting PVH, Stitch Fix, Guidewire, Sportsman Warehouse, Verint, and Lakeland Industries. All right. Of course, we got some more stuff happening the rest of the week. But I won't even bore y'all with all that information. But I will say that I think Dollar Tree will be looking interesting on Wednesday before open. There's a lot of stuff going on in terms of retail, folks lowering prices, increasing prices, all kind of stuff in order to try to get that consumer back in to spend them dollars. All right. We got we did complete. You're gonna say what, Alyssa?
I was getting ready to say something about Dollar Tree. I mean, has anybody shopped at Dollar Tree in a while? First of all, it's not $1 anymore. It's like at least $1.25. And I was there the other day and I was looking for, usually you can go in there and grab you a little charger. I needed another charger wire. And how about they wanted $5 for it? I was like, this the Dollar Tree. What are we doing? Wanting $5 for something I paid $1.25 for a couple of weeks ago. But, everybody's feeling the crunch. Everybody's feeling the crunch. So that's what's going on at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, it's still $1, just more dollars than you thought.
It's just more dollars, right?
Yeah, there's a big deal going on with the Dollar Tree, and because Dollar Tree and Family Dollar are under the same umbrella. And so I guess a lot of those Dollar Trees are closing, or at least the very least the Family Dollars are closing. So there's a big whoop-de-doo happening with that. So yeah, if you are in the big whoop-de-doo, obviously is because the Family Dollars have a tendency to be in certain urban areas, and they are closing in record numbers. So that's a thing that's happening. We'll see how that whole thing turns out, but ain't none of my business. So I'm gonna stay over here where I ain't got to count nobody else's pockets. How about that? Let's see. We have Alyssa, what do you have for the last Man City numbers? ES and SPX.
The difference, 15.
Okay, that's not what I got, but okay.
Let me go look real quick because I didn't look again.
Nah. We'll let the mathematician have this one. All right, let's take a look at all right. This is what happened on Friday. Some I know a lot of people got caught on Friday when this dropped, thinking that it was gonna be we're gonna stay dropped, and it kind of turned itself around. Yeah. This was like one of them no weapon formed against me shall prosper type runs right here. And Joker turned around. I can tell you exactly where I did not get into anything, but I can tell you where I would have got messed up at. It would have caught me right here at the end of the day, where it always catches me. Right here at the end of the day on some type of call credit spread type situation. That's how that would have played out. So we're saying 15, our listener.
I'm looking right now.
Okay. So we're gonna mark this gap.
What did you come up with?
0.
Oh, you think there's no gap at all?
Right.
Oh, okay. 5280, 5310. It's about 30. Looks like it's about 30. What did you look at that you said you saw nothing?
I want to know what you're looking at.
I'm looking at ES and SPX. So I've got 53.10 and
Where are you getting 53.10 from?
from on the ES. ES is currently 53.10.
Okay, see, I thought you were supposed to be taking the number from where it closed on Friday and subtracting it from where SPX closed on Friday to have the same reference point.
It would be fine if the market is closed, but now that the market is open, you can see these two things running concurrently. So you've got the ES is running right now and the SPX is running right now. So you can look at both charts right now. They're live. When I do it before the market, I look at SPX 500, which is running, and the ES. But now that the market is open, I see that SPX is at 52.96 and the ES is at 53.11. So that's actually about 20, 25.
So whenever you've done the numbers, you never done it at a particular time, like it closed at this time or it closed at this amount on whatever day, the previous day, on both of them. You just went whatever was the most recent time that it was moving.
Right, but the ES, does the ES close? I mean, when you say you look at the time it closed, it doesn't close. So that's really, you can't capture that.
At the close of
the time, like you're looking at the time? No, I usually look in the morning and I look at SPX 500 compared to the ES at that
so
time.
here, y'all, the reason why I'm asking y'all, just so y'all know what this conversation is about, is there's different, at least I was told, I'm going by what I was told, that there was different ways to find out what the number was in order to calculate that number. So when we subtract it from Mancini's numbers, we get some type of, let's say, consistency. Recently, I've been noticing that different people have different numbers. And so what my understanding was that 52.79, like if you go by, let's say, the close of Friday, which would be 52.77, let's say, for SPX. We'll just use that as a round figure. So we said 52.77 for SPX. That's when it closed, right? And if we did, this is Friday right here. All right, so I want to see. Matter of fact, I like this one right here because it's 345. So this candle right here is 345. That means this closing 52.80. We'll do 52.80. 52.80 would be the closing of this candle, which means, let's say 4 o'clock. So we can say that's a nice round, consistent number, 52.80, right? That's what it was when it closed. And then, oops, sorry. Right.
Who did you see that's doing it multiple ways? I mean, you see,
I didn't say one person was doing it multiple ways, Arlissa. I said there's different ways that I've seen it done.
That's right. You said, I was saying, where did you see it done other ways? I'm saying we've done it the
all
same
over
way.
the internet.
Google. There are people on the internet who are comparing.
Go on YouTube and type in SPX ES conversion.
Oh,
I mean, however you want to. I mean, YouTube University.
The best way, of course, is to do it when you're live. Is where you're looking like now. The difference is 12 right now, but 15 is a nice round number. But the difference currently is 12. So I basically, again, I look at the ES compared to the SPX 500 because that is still running, and I just do the subtraction there. At no matter what time you're looking, you can do that, and that works. But
so to finish my process, 52.96 minus 52.80 would have been 16. So if I was doing this, if we were crunching these numbers right before the open, let's say, that number would have been 16. Okay. Now, why is that significant? Because if our list's number was 30 or something like that,
it's 12.
Great. If our listeners number was 30 though, that means that our numbers would have been different. So it will make more sense to know what your process is for crunching your numbers. So I at least know we're better aligned when we come up with that number, right? You
Absolutely.
won't. I mean, in this case, we just happen to be 4 points off. But, of course, once the market gets started, then, of course, the numbers are changing. But that wasn't my question. The question was about the process that you go through with crunching the numbers just in general.
Okay, so I compare the ES to the SPX 500 at any time in general. That's what I do.
Okay, good. That's good to know. All right.
Very straightforward and simple.
Well, I'm sure you would think that, but that doesn't mean it's the same for everybody on the entire YouTube university that I watched.
I think that's very straightforward. You compare the ES and the SPX 500 at any point. Those two things those are going to tell the difference between those numbers is the gap.
Both versions is a difference between the two numbers, Arlissa.
I'm just saying it's an easier way to do it.
Sure. If you say so, ma'am, whatever.
I do. I say so.
Good for you. I'm sure you would say so. The Mr. Mathematician over here. All right. So let's we have a gap right here that we have marked. It is the gap that we have marked. And this is the 15 minutes. Candles. Got a 15-minute candle right here. We got a gap. This is pushed down for that young all righty. Okay. So here's what we got. The market, when it opened, everything opened up today. Allegedly, you know how they always tell us, oh, it's going to start off doing this. And then it's usually like not that all the time. Today may be the exception because it may be actually trying to push up today. Like they quote unquote predicted. So we will see. All right. So what we have is this tremendous gap here, which is $52.77, $17, something like that. And the buyers are trying to push this up, and the sellers are trying to stomp Satan lower. Okay. So we'll see how that ends up playing out. And I'm going to add this in up here. This is on the 15-minute chart for SPX. And what I'm doing here is just putting in the next resistance that I see on that chart that would be where there could be a turning point happening. So that's what we're watching. All right. But as of right now, when it comes to the breakout, we got nothing. All right. Yet. It's building up, trust me. All right. Okay. So here's what we got for this. Okay, Miss Ma'am. Put up my calculator. What was your number again? 12, you said? For the SPX thing?
Yes.
All right. Let's start crunching these numbers. I don't always get the Mancini numbers. I'm not on the some of y'all might have fancy yourselves on up to the next level of Twitter. I'm not on that level where I can actually get my news in a timely fashion. So it may or may not give me what I need. when I'm looking for it. So I'm going to crunch these numbers. In the meantime, between time, Marlissa has some announcements.
Go ahead and put up the start with the chart graphic.
What?
Start with the chart challenge graphic.
Hold on a second.
So just while you're doing that, the Mancini numbers, he posts them at 8 o'clock each morning. So you can look for them after 8 o'clock, which I guess would be 7 o'clock your time. He posts them.
Yes, ma'am. I'm fully aware of that, but I don't receive them until Twitter decides to send them my way. I literally sit at Twitter on Mancini's page and just keep hitting refresh until it finally pops up. That's literally what I do. Sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't. Yeah, it's a thing. But I noticed that it started happening once they said, if you're not paying for Twitter, you get this type of information. And I don't use Twitter that often, so
I don't pay for Twitter, and I get it at 8 o'clock.
Right, but I know that I don't use Twitter like hardly at all, so there's no algorithm that will make sure I got the information when I should be getting it anyway.
Okay, are you putting up the graphic?
I'm looking for it. Arlissa Pinkleton.
Oh, la la.
I don't even. Do you remember the box back in the day when you had to call in this number and they'll play whatever video you pay for online?
Mm-mm.
Okay. And I know that was not just in Milwaukee.
Gonna say I'm too young for that.
Whatever. Whatever.
I'm too young for that.
Okay, I'm too young. Like seriously, I'm looking for your
Yeah, I don't know what is going on this morning with
I see like zero. Describe the advertisement. Is it the one with the
one that says start with the chart?
Really?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what it says. I should be able to present, yes.
Presentation time. Come on. We actually told him getting shortchanged though by not having Power Hour no more.
Who?
We are, because we don't get our presentation song at the end no more.
Oh, that I'm thinking. There's lots of. Anyway, let's go to what we need to talk about. The start with the chart challenge is starting. Ooh, JB. The start with the chart challenge is starting this evening at 7 o'clock. It's going to go all this week, June the 3rd through the 7th. It is a free challenge, but do need to register if you plan on coming, right? Except for those who are in my membership don't have to register. But if you're not a member of the E2T crew, then you've got to go register. Yes. So again, it's a free challenge. We're going to talk about several different things about charting this week. We're going to spend about 45 minutes each evening talking about things that have to do with charting. And why do we need to chart? Because, if you go to anybody and anywhere, somebody asks you, or you people are they're talking out these different trade ideas or whatever. Almost everybody comes from a chart. Some people will, boldly brag that they don't come from a chart, that they're not looking at charts, but you got to look at a chart because there's no way to know where prices you're not going to just guess and check and guess and throw it at the wall. And you can, but those are not going to end up profitable long. So if you're trying to increase your profits this year and from this point forward, which I believe you are, because everybody is trading for trading's sake. We're trading for money. We're not trading because we wanted to, we want to look cute out here in these streets just to say I'm a trader. We want to trade for income. So you want to start with the chart and start knowing how do we utilize the information in the chart to help you make better and more profits, right? There is a VIP option if you'd like to get the recordings, if you want to do the Q&A with me after the session, because I will do the session with everybody who's free, and then that will basically be me speaking. And then after that, we'll have a Q&A, which will show up, which we can do afterwards. That's going to be where there can be open dialogue. But during the regular part of the challenge, there won't be. And if you want to see that Q&A, trade ideas, whatever the things are, then we'll do that for about 30, 45 minutes after each night. That could be a place where you can get some more intimate time during this challenge. So again, if you're interested, you got to go over and sign it up. You got to sign up. Okay. That's what we're doing today. Starting today. Actually, we're starting today. All right. Are you ready, Jamie?
We're going to say no. How about that?
Okay. You're still not ready with your thing?
I'm working on it, Ellison.
Oh, la, la. Okay. Well, take this back off.
Oh, okay.
Because we don't need to see you working on it.
No, you don't.
No, we don't. We don't.
Really don't.
We really don't. Okay. Let's switch over to I'll present again. I hope everybody looked at their list from the our long list. Well, not it's long. If you're in the membership, it's a pretty long list. Nope, that's not the one I want. I want screen one. I know I had my community to put together their pieces and to give us some support and resistance numbers to go along with the list. We covered a few of these last night on last night's call. I want to encourage you, if I can get it to ever allow it to post, I want to encourage you to be sure to look for your support and resistance. Hello. I'm not sure why this is not sharing the screen. I want it to share. Us in YouTube, we seem to be having a fun time this here morning. Okay, go ahead and share. What did we go over yesterday? We went over Baba. We went over Baidu. We went over Devin, GPS. We went over Datadog. We went over Dash, FCX, and C. Have any of those hit their support or resistance numbers or gotten close to those numbers we talked about last night? Have any of those showed up? I don't know why this is not allowing it to post on that screen. This is the weirdest. What are you doing? What are you doing? Let me see if I can get it to work a different way. Jamie, let me know when you're ready. Not for Baba. Okay. Are we going to trade Baba? Because Baba with all those gaps kind of had me looking like, are you serious though? Baba with all those gaps was like, no. It says I'm in the show, but I don't have control of putting it on the screen. I just had control a second ago of putting it on the screen, but I don't now. So maybe the person who's leading the call has taken away my permissions.
I really want to
say, don't do it. Don't do it.
Anyway, y'all.
Don't do it.
Anyway, how am I going to remove somebody's permissions?
Don't do it, please.
All right. I'm ready.
There we go. Okay.
Here's what we got, people. Sorry it took so long. Blame Elon Musk.
We're not going to blame him.
I'm blaming that dude. That's when my trouble started. Anyway, on Friday, SPX had to reclaim 52.24 to trigger long as posted. What followed was the most violent short squeeze of 2024. Really? The most violent? Jesus. Rallied to 52.89 weekly flag resistance. Plan today, Trail runners, 52.79 support. It's weak now as long as we're above 52.95, 53.01, 53.10 are all possible. 52.79 fails. We will be dropping down to 52.67, 52.56. So 52.79. That's what we're looking at. 52.79. Right, let's get this one together. And look what's happening here. A breakout occurred. A breakout occurred. All right, so we're going to put Mancini's number in here. 52.79. Thank you, Alyssa, for standing in the gap. Like a true intercessor. You know?
Really? That's where we're going.
That's how all the intercessors always, that's their language. Standing there, everything's about standing in the gap, standing in proxy. All right. So we're gonna say Mancini. We'll just, matter of fact, we'll just call this All right. See how this joker bouncing around, moving on up and down. So I'm gonna put this right here, another one down here for where it could turn around. So we got a support and resistance once it gets outside this 15-minute right there. So all right. Okay. Alyssa, did you actually look at BIDU or no? I see it in the group.
We charted it last night. Everything I said in the group yesterday, we charted.
I meant
somebody asking
in the past like 5 minutes because I see somebody mentioned it in.
No, what the question I was asking was if it had anything hit its support area. I think Nori is saying Baidu may have.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. So yeah, everything and they mamas all fell off the map this past week. So since you already charted that, I don't see any tickers. What you don't want to do is leave me to my own devices. Probably not wise on your part. So
chart Uber.
All right.
You can do it after you do RUT. I mean, do it after that. Some people were looking at RUT. Somebody was asking. Somebody in our Telegram asked you about was the volume in RUT good enough to trade regularly. I'm not sure if you answered the question. I think I put an answer in there.
Did they tag me in it?
I don't think they tagged you. Oh, yeah, she did because she replied to your message. So she did. It was a reply.
Okay. I will check it. I didn't get an alert. Uber. All right, check this out. I can't knock them because I've been getting my dinner deliveries from these jokers for a while. They actually do that correctly. But I don't know who y'all use more, DoorDash or Uber Eats. Assuming that y'all use either one of them. Who y'all use more, DoorDash or Uber Eats? I think.
Which do you think has the better prices for delivery prices?
Check this out. So here's the thing. I feel like I see more like introduction specials. It'll be like the 2-for-1 type stuff on restaurants. I think I seem like DoorDash might have more of those sometimes, and it could be just the time of the month and all the other stuff. But I wasn't even paying attention to the fees more so as who has the better selection of restaurants?
You know, I've noticed, I've seen a few TikTok people who are it's a couple, a girl and a guy, who are spending time to really like posting the different restaurants that have family meals. And I'll say it's weird. I just never have noticed them, but there's so many restaurants now, and it says it's most of them that have a family meals part on their, family meals on their menu item, and where you can order, like, for example, and this is just one of the examples, like Texas Roadhouse. You can order the family meal, which will come with 3 to 4 steaks, 2 big side items, the bread, or you can get it with chicken. You don't have to get the steak, you can get chicken. But I'm saying this to say that it's a good way if you are one who, doesn't mind leftovers, or you're feeding more, like it'd be great like to use for meal prepping, or if you're somebody who, just really likes chicken breast and you want to maybe do some different sides with it, but you'd rather have meat. And they're only like $30 or $40 for the meal. So you could buy 2 entrees and easily spend $40, or you can go with the family session, the family meal deals or whatever, and end up with a lot more food that you can eat multiple days and such. And we've done it a few times, because after church on Saturdays, we end up going out to eat. And I start looking now, because if we go in, me and my husband and my son and grandson, and everybody orders their own thing, I end up with $40 and $50 when we just order a meal deal and act like we at the house eating off a meal plan and get all the same, more. You should get more things, but I think it will be good even for you. You're gonna have it delivered. You can maybe look into them family meals too. So at least if they're gonna deliver enough food that it's gonna make the delivery worth your while.
I did hear about those. Actually, I didn't know the other restaurants was doing it, but I did hear about the Texas Roadhouse one. And I think it's a good idea. The only thing to be aware of, it's not like a bad thing, is that what probably is going to change in many of those cases is the meat. They're probably going to give you the same selection of sides. So you might end up with, let's say, only corn, mashed potatoes, something. It might only be 4 sides to work with in that mix, and they'll switch the meats around. But if you cool with that, which I certainly am, my taste buds ain't got no problem with that. So here's what we got for Uber. I got a seller zone right here. I noticed this one up here, but it is one a little bit closer. It has been dropping lately. Had a nice little pop right here, beginning of May. But there's a couple, there's a gap down right here. And there's this. All right. Push back up. You can do leg in, tune the base, leg out with a revisit right here. And this, I would consider all this as kind of being choppy. Just the way this looks when there's not like a clear seller zone or buyer zone right here. But you got, if you're going to go through digging through there, there's a seller zone here. One probably could argue about something right here with these two, but at the end of the day, what's important about this is that these sellers are pushing down and these buyers are holding steady right here at $63. At the $63 mark, this was a line. This price point has been a support and resistance previously. And so the buyers are, what I would say, holding serve right here. So whatever's about to happen, it's about to go down in this area right over here. So that's where I'll be looking to see what the heck is going on. With it bouncing the way it is bouncing, it could pop. at any time. This is a buyer zone over here. Technically, you can consider this to be in a buyer zone. It's just that the buyer zone is over here. So this is a leg in, base, leg out, right? So about 63.15, somewhere in there. So this will be the buyer zone that could be in. So you do have some, looked at 61. Let's say hypothetically, no investment advice happening. Let's say we looked at 61 as an entry. This is a 5 spread for June 7th expiration. It's not 5 spread, 1 spread. June 7th expiration, that will be 11 cents. If you're going under for that young PCS, that'll be 11 cents right there. And you could always do that increase and put that in. Now, in this case, this most recent candle is dropping so far. So obviously your premium is going to be a little bit higher, but you can go above it as well. And 66. You want to go 66, that will be up here. Opposite direction. I don't know a whole lot about Uber, so I don't know if it's if it acts wild or not. But this is a 14-cent call credit spread. Just trying to take a look, see at that. So that would be all right. I don't know if I would do an iron condor, but I definitely would be looking at those particular numbers. 66 and 61. That's where I'll be looking. Thoughts, Pinkleton?
Looking good. I actually see that support there seems to be strong. It needs to be. Well, I mean, is it? I believe Uber's on our list. Is Uber on our list? I was looking at it, but I think what you've done is sound.
Well, thank you. All right. Let's take a look. See at SPX is over here doing kind of trouble. Oh, check this out. The sellers are like, check that out. That's a nice little it's nice little pressure coming from the sellers, man. I ain't playing around. They ain't got time for your foolishness. Amen, saints. So since they're fighting up there, I would not have a problem looking at a CCS just to see what's gonna go down, right? Because you never know, right? I'll be going above price. Let's see. Be up in this area somewhere. 5305. Yeah, I'll be up here. I'll be aiming at the PDT hack. That's me. Trying to see what's about to go there. Usually I start my investigation around this time. Alyssa, what was the name of the you were mentioning somebody? I don't know if you said the person's name who I think they're a buyer. And you were saying that they wait till the first half an hour as well.
Oh yeah, I was mentioning the guy from Twitter. His name is Charts, CHARTZ. On Twitter, he was saying he waits till I think it's at Charts. He waits till the first 30 minutes before he enters. He uses pre-market high, pre-market low, opening range, breakout, basically. Breakout and retest is his kind of strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Like break out, retest it, and then go and see what it's going to do. He seems to, trade for maybe 30 to 40 minutes and he's gone. He trades. And he's doing a thing on Twitter where he started with $500 because he wants to show that you can start with $500 and multiply it. So he talks about, taking the one trade a day, only trading for a short period of time, and you got to take your best punch. When you pull the trigger, you need to make sure that you knock him down. So if you don't, you need to go on and run. He's an older Black guy, so he had lots of analogies, but it was very entertaining.
Good. All right. Okay, we got let's see what Russell talking about over here. I'm a fan of Russell. Even though even though it's small cap stocks, it's not as and small cap stocks generally are known for being more volatile, but it doesn't move as crazy as SPX. Crazy is probably not is the wrong analogy. It doesn't move as unpredictably. Probably a better way of saying that as SPX, which is the reason why I like it. But I can do a lot of the exact same things in terms of trading the PDT, things of that nature. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just marking here. I'm marking where this was the swing point previously. This is filling a gap. So I'm doing everything I would normally do with SPX anyway. And just checking to see what's about to go down in terms of its breakout. And that shall be that. So this is filling this up. This space is also gapped up on today. And it is working on filling that up. So we got a nice little 15-minute situation. And it broke out of there. Now it is 10:17. So we do got some things that was just being reported. So ain't no telling what all can still be going down, but as of right now, it did do its breakout as well. All right. What else we got, Alyssa? Is that it?
I don't have anything else. I think we can have a great trading day. We're going to definitely watch. It seems like the indexes are coming back down. They made a pop at the beginning. They gapped up and they're coming back down to fill that gap. Seems like definitely trade strategically. I want you to also, we've talked about, we didn't actually officially make this just 1 June. We're going to do that for next month. But I do still want you to zero in or narrow in on a few stocks, which is why in our Telegram, I was talking about just picking 2 or 3 stocks that are on our list and deciding to trade those. That way you can watch them and get good entries. You can get good premiums. And if you want to scale up more than 1 contract, 2 contracts, 3, whatever you're looking for, of course, everybody's your own CEO of your portfolio. But if you're only watching 2 or 3 of them, you're going to do a better job of that. So, I mean, that's where we are. That's where we are. I didn't have anything else.
All right. Y'all be careful out here messing around with GameStop and all these other meme stocks. These jokers out here being ignorant. So be careful. All right. We got E2T Daily Declaration. By faith, I'm a successful trader. I'm a wise and knowledgeable trader. I make smart and lucrative decisions for my portfolios. Money likes me because money is comfortable around me. It is drawn to me. E2T Daily Prayer. Lord, give us wisdom and knowledge for our trades today. Help us to make smart and lucrative decisions for our portfolios. All right, everybody, please stay green to get this money. Okay. We don't want to hear no stories about what happened. Like, oh, I forgot to stay green and I forgot to get this money. Be aware that the New York Stock Exchange is having technical issues impacting some stock prices. It is incorrectly showing Berkshire Hathaway down 99%. Yeah, that's a problem. And I'm pretty sure Warren Buffett thinks that that's a problem. So be aware of that. Okay, there are some things that are happening. You all have a great trading day. Thank you for hanging out with us. Don't forget to click like and consider subscribing and consider joining the membership. educatedthetrader.com. All right. Hopefully you've signed up already for our next challenge that is underway. All right. If not, educatedthetrader.com. Okay. Okay. All right. Say goodbye, Alyssa. Peace out,
Goodbye,
everybody.
everyone. Goodbye.
See y'all in the market.
All right. See you in the market.